Most people think getting rich is all about what you know, spreadsheets, market analysis, complex financial models. But what if I told you that's not it? The brilliant author Morgan Housel argues that getting rich has less to do with how smart you are and much more to do with how you behave. It's not about what you know, it's about what you do. Today, I'm sharing the 7 most powerful lessons from his incredible book, The Psychology of Money, that completely changed how I think about wealth. Get ready, because this might change your financial life forever. Lesson 1. No one is crazy. Your money decisions, no matter how strange they might seem to others, make perfect sense to you. Think about it. A billionaire hoarding cash in a low-interest account and a person with very little money buying a lottery ticket both believe they are making a rational choice. Their decisions are shaped by their unique life experiences, the generation they were born into, and the economic world they grew up in. A person who lived through the Great Depression will view risk differently than a tech entrepreneur who only knows a bull market. The first step to mastering your own finances is realizing that we are all playing a different game with different rules, goals, and perspectives. So, stop judging others and start understanding your own financial programming. Lesson 2. Getting wealthy and staying wealthy are 2 completely different skills. They are polar opposites. Getting wealthy often requires taking big risks, being optimistic, and putting yourself out there. You have to be willing to go for it. But staying wealthy? That's a whole different ballgame. It requires paranoia, humility, and a healthy fear of losing what you've built. It's about survival. You can't just keep taking the same risks that got you there. History is filled with people who made a fortune and then lost it all because they couldn't switch from offense to defense. The people who win in the long run, the ones who build generational wealth, are the ones who master the art of staying wealthy. Lesson 3, which is about the supposed 8th wonder of the world, compound interest. We all hear about it, but most of us miss the point. The real magic isn't the high percentage returns. It's not about chasing 8% or 10% or 15%. The true power of compounding comes from one thing: time. Specifically, a long, uninterrupted runway of time. Warren Buffett is one of the richest men in the world, not just because he's a brilliant investor who earned around 22% annually. He's rich because he started investing at age 10 and has been doing it for over 80 years without ever blowing up his account or quitting the game. He let his money marinate for decades. Time, not timing or high returns, is the ultimate cheat code to wealth. The longer you can let your money grow uninterrupted, the more astounding the results will be. Lesson 4, which is about the single biggest money mistake people make. What do you think it is? It's trying to get rich too fast. The get-rich-quick mindset is ironically the slowest, most surefire way to get rich because it almost always ends in disaster. It pushes you to take reckless risks, chase fads, and fall for scams. You might see someone on social media who supposedly turned $1,000 into $1 million overnight, and you feel the urge to do the same. But that's just survivor bias. For every one person who gets lucky, thousands of others get wiped out. The people who get truly, sustainably rich are the ones who understand that it's a marathon, not a sprint. They play the longest game possible, focusing on consistency over intensity. Lesson 5 might be the most practical and empowering of them all. Your savings rate is more important than your income or your investment returns. Let that sink in. A person earning $50,000 a year who saves 30% of their income will almost always end up wealthier than someone earning $300,000 who only saves 5%. Why? Because wealth is not about how much you make. It's about the gap between what you earn and what you spend. That gap is what you can invest. That gap is what buys your freedom. You have full control over your savings rate, whereas you have little control over market returns or your next promotion. Focusing on what you can control, your spending and saving habits, is the most reliable path to financial independence. Lesson 6. Tails drive everything. In the world of investing and in business, a tiny number of events account for the majority of the outcomes. It's the Pareto principle on steroids. For example, in the stock market, 100% of the market's long-term returns often come from just 4% to 7% of the best trading days. If you miss those few crucial tail-end days by trying to time the market, you miss out on pretty much all the gains. This is why the old saying "time in the market beats timing the market" is so incredibly true. Your job as an investor isn't to be a genius who can predict the future. It's to be disciplined enough to stay invested through the ups and downs, so you're guaranteed to be there when those few tail-end days happen. Lesson 7. The most important behavior of all. It's better to be reasonable than to be rationally perfect. Finance is often taught like physics, with rigid formulas and optimal solutions. But we're not robots. We're emotional human beings. A strategy that looks perfect on a spreadsheet might be impossible for you to stick with in real life. You don't need to squeeze out a 15% return when a 10% return, compounded for decades, will make you incredibly wealthy. You don't need to beat the market. You just need to not be stupid. The best financial plan is not the one with the highest expected returns, but the one you can stick with, without panic or regret, for the longest period of time. Being reasonable, consistent, and patient always wins. So, what's the craziest part about all this? None of these 7 lessons require a genius IQ, a fancy degree, or insider knowledge. They don't require you to be a financial wizard. They just require disciplined, reasonable behavior repeated over a long period of time. It's about your psychology, not your intellect. Start today, keep your lifestyle in check, let time and compounding do the heavy lifting, and the results will eventually shock you. If this video changed your money mindset, do me a favor and drop a like. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so comment your favorite lesson down below. If you want to dive deeper, you can grab the book on Amazon or Audible using the affiliate link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.